The battlefields in the war mixed up. Where's Berkeley anyway?
It's not easy practicing 3 hours a day on the piano, especially if you're an ice skater.
Goldie, what do you think of Karl Marx?
Well, I liked him, but I like Harfel better.
In old country, the government has remedy for student riots. It's called firing squad.
You know, with all the money the government's spending abroad, there's nothing left to spend on the broads here at home.
My parents are so old-fashioned. They still think I'm talking about television when I say tune in and turn on.
Dad bought Mom the ultimate in TV. A black and white set and a colored repairman.
Oh, I wish I could be in Eastern Europe. I hear everyone there is feeling the pinch.
My uncle's funeral cost over $5,000 so far.
So far?
Yeah, we buried him in a rented tuxedo.
Peeping Tom in my neighborhood, so I just put in this big prescription picture window.
Thanks. Anything would help.
Now, we had an old-fashioned Thanksgiving. My granddaddy, the colonel, flew to New England and shot an Indian.
Oh, well, sure, in every town people get upset occasionally with their mayor, but in Chicago they get upset with their mayor daily.
Last year, my Christmas tree was so beautiful, I had sleeves put on it and I wore it to the New Year's Eve party.
Some may not agree with the church's ruling on the pill, but all they're really against is no kidding.
Are you kidding?
Yes, and you'll be a better person for it.
Won't you join us, please?
You know, Haight-Ashbury always has the Christmas spirit. Oh, yes, every day of the week you can see jolly, bearded guys on the street holding a little pot and going, ho, ho, ho.
I understand the South Vietnamese Army plans to celebrate the Christmas truce by visiting the front.
My neighbor is putting up an aluminum tree with aerosol snow sprinkled over a fake fireplace while waiting for a frozen turkey to thaw. In Hollywood, that's known as an old-fashioned Christmas.
I know you. I know you. Fulton Lewis Jr.
What a pity, most of the Christmas spirit one finds these days is 90 proof.
Good little girls get candy and toys for Christmas, but it's the other kind that get all the real worthwhile presents.
Every Christmas, I ask Santa Claus to put a goodie in my stocking. Last year, it almost worked. I got a card from Goody.
Now, you ain't had Christmas till you've heard "Oh, Come All Ye Faithful" sung around a roaring Yule cross.
My boyfriend gave me a mink for Christmas. The little rascal bit me, and so did the mink.
one big difference. In America, at the end of the year, the people plan to throw party. In the old country, the people plan to overthrow the party.
Dad always makes a big fuss over Christmas. Every year his employees ask for the day off, and Dad makes a big fuss.
Would you like to kiss me under the mistletoe?
Oh, well, that's as good a place as any to start.
I think they should move Christmas to July. Then the stores aren't so crowded.
Oh, hello! When I was a little kid, I got a little soldier that worked on batteries. And this Christmas, I want a big sailor that works on a battleship.
If Scrooge could see Tiny Tim today, he'd take back that Christmas goose and cook it himself.
California's great. Back east, it's snowing so hard you can't even see the smog.
You know, Kate, I love the way you sing God Bless America. But you know, the way things are going, maybe you ought to change it to God Help America.
Gee, New Year's Eve is fun. We ought to make it an annual event.
My niece got a doll for Christmas, and you wouldn't believe... If they get any more realistic, they're going to have to take them out of the toy department next year and put them in sporting goods.
You know, I hate to see this leap year come to an end. I got 5 good leaps left.
In the eastern countries, the coming year is known as the Year of the Fish. What a sadness. I have just learned to dance the monkey.
You know, in Bangkok, the monkey is very sacred.
Oh, yes.
Just like the poodle is in Beverly Hills. Think about it.
This is the year to forgive and forget. I like to forgive George Wallace, send him to Africa, and then forget him.
This New Year's Eve, we should spend a quiet evening at home.
Okay, I won't scream if you won't.
This New Year's Eve, everyone should attend midnight service. After all, where else can you get a ringside seat without a $10 tip?
This year, I resolved to stop chasing after every Tom, Dick, and Harry and zero in on Dick.
Down on the plantation, I treated all my black help to a white Christmas. Gave 'em each a sack and turned 'em loose in the cotton field.
Kate, I hope you like the Christmas gift I sent you.
Oh, I just love it. It's just what I wanted, Dick. A plastic bippy.
This year, I resolved to improve Anglo-American relations. Here, Dave, do you know any good-looking Anglos?
Boyfriend had a lucky break. His National Guard unit was recalled to Detroit the same time his new car was.
I represented the flower growers of America in the Rose Bowl parade.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I pulled their float.
Well, I was supposed to ride on the beautiful downtown Burbank float.
Oh, what happened?
They had to use it to pick up the garbage.
Oh, poor
just crazy about. But our skis kept getting in the way.
Goldie.
What?
Hey, what do you think about the fact the country seems to be moving further to the right?
Well, at least it'll save flying time to Europe.
The Russian people are very hospitable. They're always taking in borders. So far, they took in the Hungarian border, the Czechoslovakian border, and now they're making room for the Romanian border.
This new movie code is something else. The film Romeo and Juliet has a love scene between two 14-year-olds. But you have to be 21 to see it.
My uncle received a woman's heart in a transplant operation. He's doing fine, but he has developed a tendency to cry at weddings.
Dick, do you realize there's a sexual revolution going on in this country?
Boy, I sure hope they don't send me overseas.
I know the Bible says the meek shall inherit the earth. Unfortunately, the strong keep contesting the will.
Hospitals are getting so expensive, I figure it's only a matter of time before they develop a coin-operated iron lung.
Come on, folks, we better get to the party. I apologize for Dan. I don't know what got into him.
You told me about it.
I didn't know. I got a better idea. Why wouldn't we go to the party?
I hear Governor Reagan is really worried about earthquakes in California. He's afraid Berkeley may shift even further to the left.
Mr. Nixon says he's going to bring us all together again. What's he mean again?
I'm all for popularizing the Bible, but I think it's a bit much referring to Sodom and Gomorrah as the fun cities.
I feel that paying taxes is a privilege. I also feel there are too many underprivileged people living off my taxes.
If everybody loves a lover, how come there are so many cops in the park?
Peter, I understand that William Buckley absolutely refuses to give any predictions about the future. But he's very optimistic about the past. Oh, he also thinks that he and Gore Vidal will one day kiss and make up, so to speak.
Personally, I've always considered Fidel Castro to be nefarious.
Maybe that's why they never got married.
Last week I applied for a job as a topless waitress, but they turned me down flat.
In old country, we used to have it city just like Burbank, only it was eaten by a wolf.
I know this hippie couple who both have long hair. The only way I can tell them apart is one has a mustache. I don't know what I'd do if she shaved it off.
My uncle said the reason surfing is so popular is it gives kids the two things they really want, a cheap thrill and a free ride.
Dick, you know it's a shame you never got married and settled down and had children.
Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
Detroit has finally come up with a car you can buy as cheap as the low-price European models. It's called a 1948 Studebaker.
Well, Peter, the Electoral College has finally voted, and George Wallace is officially lost.
Yep. Looks like the White House sheets are safe for another 4 years.
Come on along.
Well, I'm all for violence on campus. After all, college is supposed to prepare you for the world of today.
Well, Goldie, Congress has been meeting for 2 weeks. Nothing terrible's happened yet. I guess they're waiting for the new president just to get the ball rolling, huh?
Well, I think it was awful making Mr. President swear on the Bible.
Why?
Well, if they can't take his word for it, why do they make him president?
I saw the 10 Commandments at a drive-in last night. The couple in the next car broke 9 of them.
Oh, I asked my ski instructor what would be the best thing to wear on the slopes, and he tied a keg of brandy around my neck.
My gas station gave away so many dishes, they had to put in a 3rd pump. Now it's regular, premium, and New Lux liquid.
You want to come up to my place and watch the election returns?
But the elections have been over for months.
If you don't tell, I won't.
Hey, Mom just sent me $100 to come home for the weekend. Dad sent me $200 to stay away. Dad's adorable.
You know, it's true that some of the people in the ghettos broke into television stores, but how else could they watch Julia and see how well they're living?
Hey, I say slums and ghettos have a definite place in our cities. Without them, where would we put the truck rods?
I started to dabble in the market. Just yesterday, I cornered a mutual funds salesman. He's adorable.
Nancy, I see Linda Bird had another baby, and her husband got promoted to major.
Really?
Yeah.
Gee, that's terrific. If she'd had quintuplets, he'd have been a 5-star general, right?
I'm so glad the astronauts got back safely. Now, that's what I call a groovy trip.
In America, they send the old leader to Texas. Even in Russia, they would never be that cruel.
There's no such thing as ESP.
Well, what makes you so sure, Goldie?
Well, I feel it in my bones.
Things have really changed on the campus. For instance, at Columbia, ROTC now stands for Recapture Our 20 Classrooms.
In Russia, they're proud for to have it People's Army. The only trouble is the government has got it bigger army.
Oh, I had a horrible nightmare last night. I dreamed I was at a party, stark naked, and somebody else came in wearing exactly the same thing off.
I think I approve of the group therapy sessions in the nude. I think it'll get people to see each other's problems more clearly.
I'm not paying my taxes this year. That way, at least one man will be after me.
My boyfriend served 2 years in Vietnam and never saw a South Vietnamese soldier. But then he spent all his time at the front.
Hey, I hear the president's family is having trouble getting settled in the White House. Mrs. Nixon's still trying to figure out how to get the barbecue pit out of the Oval Room.
The church is not so out of date. We've been singing soul music for years.
I was shocked when I saw The Killing of Sister George. Well, it's the first time I ever saw a movie where the heroine got the girl.
If the black people are supposed to have such a great sense of rhythm, now how come they have so many children?
My crowd at college believes that in a few years, the laws regarding marijuana will be much more lenient. Personally, as far as I'm concerned, the sky's the limit.
Goldie, what do you think about Liz and Dick wanting to do Fiddler on the Roof?
Well, why not? They've done it everywhere else.
Decide what to take this semester, but we've narrowed it down to either the administration building or the library.
When I was a little girl, in my neighborhood, we used to play a game called What Do You Want to Be If You Grow Up?
If Washington is your seat of government, what do you call the politicians who work there?
Statistics show that the majority of home fatalities occur in the bathtub. Dad says that explains the low death rate among hippies. Oh, Dad's a lot of fun. Hubba, hubba.
I believe in the practice of sexual fidelity.
Race you to the practice room.
When I was a little girl, my mother and father entered me in a beautiful baby contest. That was the last I ever saw of them.
Hey, if the poor people are afraid of the cops, let them do like I do. Hire a bodyguard.
The Warsaw Pact has come up with new effort to get it to moon. They are making 40 million Poles stand on each other's shoulders.
My new congressman has a perfect attendance record. He hasn't missed a single Washington cocktail party so far.
Hey, Goldie, if the teachers are on strike and the students are on strike, what do they do with our school taxes?
Well, I think they give them to the kids on welfare so they can, finish school because they never did.
You know, more Americans have been killed on the highways and all the wars combined. Maybe we should bring our soldiers home from Vietnam and send our drivers over there.
Hey, let's make a deal. If the parents will stop trying to become teenagers, the teenagers will try to stop becoming parents.
That's a fantastic idea, young man.
You see, Joanne, today in America, sex is the great driving force.
Oh, sure. And you know, it's much better when you're apart.
That the church is against cruelty to animals has nothing to do with those of us trying to kill the latest papal bull.
There's been a rash of burglaries in my neighborhood, so I put locks on my doors and windows. Now if a burglar gets in, I'm all set.
You know, I know a couple that got engaged at a drive-in movie, married in a drive-in church, and took a cross-country trip on their honeymoon. Today they got 3 beautiful children. They never even been out of their car.
They've got this new co-ed dormitory at Stanford University where the boys occupy the east wing and the girls occupy the west wing. Actually, it's the only way to fly.
I took up yoga. I assume a seated posture and remain motionless for hours. It's not much, but it sure beats sitting around doing nothing.
I had a terrible time last night. I took a sleeping pill, and I dozed off before I could enjoy it.
It's a great much progress in my country. In 10 years, every Russian will have a roof over his head. And in 20 years, maybe they'll even put up walls.
I went to a big showbiz party last night. I'll say one thing. Those people in Beverly Hills sure have a beautiful ghetto.
If Rome continues its ban on the pill, in 15 years, there will be twice as many people protesting.
Dick. Give me 2 good reasons for nudity in the movies.
Raquel Welch.
Now if a burglar gets in, I'm all set.
And I just met this new divine nudity producer who wants to put me in his new movie all about nudity. But you know what? So far, he hasn't been able to meet my figure.
I don't know why the government's hitting me with all these taxes. Dad always said I was a complete write-off.
Tiny, which one of us is the opposite sex?
How am I supposed to know, Miss Goldie? I've never been out with one.
You know, I've been considering some of the moral aspects of all this transplant business, and I've come to the simple conclusion, when you're dead, you're dead. That's life.